Yeah, please make me host. Don't change. Please don't change host. Let me be host. Thank you. Thank you very much. Don't change unless and until I tell you. Then don't quit the class. Also. Thank you very much. Okay. So good morning, all. I hope you guys have enjoyed yesterday because I was not here. So just wait for a second. I will restart. Just wait for a second. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, we are set. Uh-huh. Yeah. Just wait, just wait. Okay, so let's start the class. Yes. So today's class we will start with trigonometry. This quadratic equation, and as discussed that we will start from the basic. We'll not assume that okay we have done anything. So we'll start with basic because many students have been asking me that okay sir, we have already taught quadratic equations before also. So I'll start with basic so that it will be even feel for everyone. Okay, so if you've already done quadratic equation, if you were already here, so just listen very carefully, and whatever doubts you have you can just ask. Okay, fine. So starting of quadratic equations, before that we have to know what are polynomial expressions, है ना? We should have to know what are polynomial expressions. So first is the very basic definition of polynomial expression is any expression which is of the form of f of x is equals to a naught x to the power 0 plus a1 x to the power 1 plus a2 x square plus a3 x cube and so on till a n x to the power n. Very basic definition which you have already done. Just wait. Yeah, yeah, very basic definition which you have already done. Was lagging so much that you couldn't hear anything. Okay, 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 fine. So see, notes I will give you at the end of the class. I will give you at the end of the class when I'm sharing you with the PDF. Fine. So just listen very carefully. It will be a kind of a story. So just listen to the story first. If you are not able to understand anything from that story, you just tell. Now, just a very basic definition that polynomial expression are given of such form. The definition is given that any expression where any expression which is of the form of a naught x to the power 1, a1 x to the power 1, a2 x to the power 2, a3 x to the power 3 and so on is known as a polynomial expression, where x belongs to real numbers, okay, and a naught, a1 or ai's, I can say ai's belongs to also real numbers, and a n is not equal to 0. This is the condition we will have on x, a, x and ai's. By a1, a naught, what I'm saying is that a naught, a1, a2, a3 and these all coefficients of different powers of x, I'm saying that they are all real numbers. For our sake of convenience right now we are saying that they all belongs to real numbers, okay, and an is not equal to 0. That means the coefficient with the largest power, coefficient of the largest power is named as an, and it is not, it will be not equal to 0. Now because we have a special condition for this, because he is a to the an is so special, we will give it a special name also. We will call it as a leading coefficient. We will call it as the leading coefficient. Okay, leading means this is leading the whole polynomial expression, and so this is known as a leading coefficient, and they are all the coefficients. They mean nothing. They mean nothing for polynomial. Only this is the most important part. This is they are worthless, and they can take any real value. We do not care. Okay, so only this one is most important, that is an, which is should not be equal to 0, known as leading coefficient. Okay, now see the polynomial expression. basically for different values of x, when I will substitute different values of x. So suppose I'm taking a very simple polynomial x. One more thing that we have is we will call a degree of polynomial expression. We call up degree of polynomial expression. Okay, by degree of polynomial expression, what we'll say, this degree of polynomial expression will be n. That is the largest power of x we can find. Okay, and the coefficient for that largest power is known as the leading coefficient. Okay, fine. So I hope this one is okay. Okay, so thing is, we'll call this function, this polynomial function, degree as n, and we have largest power n as the degree of the polynomial, and we'll call an as the leading coefficient. Okay, Kaushik and all, n is natural number. N belongs to natural number. Okay, n belongs to only natural numbers. N belongs to only, or only you can say n belongs to whole number. N belongs to whole, because there is an zero also, so n belongs to whole number. Okay, n can be zero and all the whole numbers. N belongs to whole numbers. We are not talking about any fractional power. Only real and whole numbers. So 0, 1, 2, 3. So I will take very simple example. I will take a very simple example of polynomial. I will take a very simple example, बहुत simple, so that we will be able to understand better. So that we will be able to understand better. So let's take f of x is equals to, let's take 2x cube plus 3x square plus 4. Okay. Now see, if I will expand, if I will write in terms of x also, a coefficient of x, so I can write this as 0 into x plus 4 into x to the power 0. I can write it like this. So simplifying, this will become 2x cube plus 3x square plus 4. So this is the polynomial in, and what is the degree of this polynomial? What will be the degree of this polynomial? By degree of this polynomial simply will be 3, because the largest coefficient is 3. So we'll call the degree of the polynomial as 3. And what we will call, this is the degree of the polynomial is 3, and what we will call the leading coefficient, the leading coefficient is only 2. So leading coefficient becomes 2, and the degree of the polynomial becomes 3. That means the largest power is 3, and the coefficient of that largest power of x is 2. So this is simple. Okay, 2x cube and 3x square plus 4. Okay, so now what we will do, we will see how this polynomial we can express on x and y axis, right? So by this is, suppose we have, so first we have f of x. We have f of x is equals to 2x cube plus we have 3x square plus 4, right? So that means for different values of x, we will have different values of f of x. That means, for example, what I'm saying is that suppose I will take x is equals to 1. For x is equals to 1, you will have f of 1. I will write it in this form. X I will substitute as 1. So this will be 2 plus 3 plus 4. So this is 6 plus 3, 9. So f of 1 becomes 9. For x is equals to 1, f of 1 becomes 9. Suppose I'm taking x is equals to minus 1. So this is f of minus 1. So this will become, instead of x, I will substitute minus 1. So minus 2, this will be 3 plus 4. So 4 minus 2, 2 plus 3, this is 5. Suppose if I'm taking 0, x is 0, x is equal to 0. So I have f of 0. This will become only 4. So we have seen here, so one observation we have, that for different values of x, different values of x, we are having different values of fx, right? So I can write this as, this whole thing as, I can write this as a comma f of a, right? Or x comma f of x. I'll write it like this, x comma f of x. That means for different values of x, I can plot different values of y. So if I have to plot this function, if I have to plot this function on x and y axis, if I have to this function on x and y axis, so suppose this is x axis, this is y axis. Okay, so what I will do, I will take different points. So this point will become, this point is 1 comma 9. Okay, so this point is, suppose x is 1 here, x is 1 here, x is 1 here, x is equals to 1, and suppose y is 9 here, y is equals to 9. So this point will become 1 comma 9, right? Now suppose we have minus 1 and 5, minus 1 and 5. So this point is minus 1 comma 5. So minus 1 will be here, 5 will be here. So minus 1 comma 5 I can write here. Minus 1 comma 5 I write here. We have 0, 4, 0 and 4. So suppose 0 and 4 here. So 0 comma 4, right? So that means the function must be, this is an approximate, that the function must be something like this. The function must be something like this. If I will plot more values, I can plot more function, more value of the function. That means the function is something like this. And afterwards we can see that for a positive it will become positive, that means right here, and for negative I think it will become negative. So like this. So the function will be approximately like this. So this is an approximately looking, or approximately drawing the function, है ना? So I'm saying that okay, approximately the function will be something like this, approximately drawn, है ना? So that means for different values of x I can have different values of y. For different values of x I can have different values of y. Okay, sir, is this equation what happens to 0x? 0x, I'm not able to understand, sir. Show on Desmos. Anjay, sir, do we have to predict the graph for function? No, we don't have to predict afterwards, for only quadratic, है ना? So right now what I'm doing is I'm just looking at the function. I'm just looking at the function and a rough estimate that okay, the function will be looking like this, है ना? So first thing is, the first thing is that why am I drawing this? First, what I will do, so that this is approximately looking function. So what I will do, I will draw it once again. Okay, so I will draw it once again, है ना? So the function was something like this. Sorry, it was something like this. Let's say approximately it was looking like this, है ना? So now what I will do, I suppose I have to check what will be the value of function at x is equals to 2. Suppose I have to check what will be the value of the function f of 2 at x is equals to 2. What will be the value of f of 2? So what I will do, I will draw a perpendicular line to the x-axis. I will draw a perpendicular line to the x-axis. Suppose this is the perpendicular line to the x-axis. X is equals to 2. At x is equals to 2, I will draw a perpendicular line. Wherever this x is equals to 2 intersect with the function, I will draw now, from this point only, I will draw a perpendicular line to the y-axis. Okay. Suppose it intersects here. Suppose it intersects here. Okay, suppose it intersects here. Now what I will say that for this value, for this x is equals to 2, this will be f of 2, right? So perpendicular, I will draw first perpendicular to x-axis, and then from there, this point of intersection, I will draw perpendicular to y-axis. And function was given. Function was fx is equals to, f of x is equals to 2x cube plus 3x squared plus 4. So I can actually find what is f of 2. I can find f of 2 as, so substituting x is equals to 2. So this will become 2 into 8 plus 3 into 4 plus 4. So this become 8 to 16 plus 4, 20 plus 12. So this becomes 16 plus 4, 20, 20 plus 12, 32. So the f of 2 is 32, right? So this is one of the way. If only the graph was given, then I can use the graph and I can actually measure this point, right? And if not, if I have given the value of the function itself, then I can also find the value of the function. Understood? I hope this part is okay for everyone. This we have already seen when we were doing coordinate geometry, and what I will give this point, and I will give this point what name? So this point is 2 comma 32. By this part everybody understood. This is x comma or this is, or I can also write it as 2 comma f of 2, right? Because f of 2 I know it is 32. Till here I hope everybody understood what I'm trying to say, that if I have to draw the graph, then I can find the value. Okay, fine. I hope this is okay. Sudarshan, please, first you understand this thing what I'm teaching, then you ask me what is the topic for this exam. First you understand this, then you ask the topic. Whatever I will teach, 1,000 times I've told you that whatever I will teach till Friday, that will be the topic test. So please, first you understand this, then you then you try to ask that, okay sir, what will be topic. First samajh to jao bachche, first you understand. Okay, one more example. So one more example I can take. Suppose x is equals to -5. Suppose I will take x is equals to -5. Let's see what will we get at x is equals to -5. For x is equals to -5, suppose it is beyond this. Suppose it is beyond this. I do not know. Let's see. Let's assume that okay, it is beyond this. Then again, what I will do, I will drop a perpendicular to x is equals to -5. Now it is intersecting with the function below this. Now it is intersecting with the function below this. Okay. So now it is intersecting with the function below this. Now here it will intersect here. Now again, we can draw a line. So suppose it is intersecting here. So what I can say, so this is f of -5. I know f of -5 is less than 0. Let's check if the function is correct. Let's just check. So I can find the value of f of -5. So f of -5, I will simply substitute. So this is 2 into -5 whole cube plus 3 into -5 square plus 4. This is 2 into -5 cube is -125 plus 3 into -5 whole square is 25 plus 4. So this becomes minus 250 plus 75 plus 4. Okay, so this is 79. So 79, if I'll subtract, so this becomes 1. This becomes minus of 171. I think minus of 171. So that means f of -5 I'm getting as minus of 171. That means negative. Okay, so because it is intersecting below x-axis, obviously it will be negative. So our assumption was correct. So if I'm writing this point, so this will be -5 comma minus 171 or -5 comma f of -5. Okay, I hope this one is okay. I hope this one is okay. But this is an approximate thing. This is an approximate thing. Nothing to think that okay, we have to draw the exact graph. No, just an approximate thing. Okay. Now this was a cubic equation by cubic polynomial. We can also draw something for biquadratic, that means to the power 4. We can also draw for to the power 5. We can also draw for to the power 6 and so on. But those things will become much more complicated. But as the power increases, as n becomes 5, as n becomes 4, as n becomes 6, as n becomes 7, these will start increasing, and these will start becoming more and more complicated, right? And the thing is that because these will become more and more complicated, it will be harder for us to solve. It will be harder for us to solve, right? So what we do, as we do in physics, as we do in physics, what we do in physics, that we first talk about a smooth surface, by physics mein what do they do? In physics and in chemistry they take assumptions first, that okay, they are talking about smooth surface or frictionless surfaces. And in chemistry what they do, they talk about general cases. And in this they will start physics with this, and they will start chemistry with general cases and smooth surface, right? So like this also, what we can do is, because we have to understand it in a more concept. So to understand it more, what we'll do, we'll start with a very simple polynomial expression with degree 2. But linear and constant we already know. What is linear and constant? Suppose if I'm talking about linear, so linear polynomial is nothing but f of x is equals to constant a. Simple. This is a linear polynomial. By no means it will be a constant, because x to the power linear polynomial will be a plus bx. Suppose a plus bx, this will become linear. That means it's a line, right? One more form of this is when x is 0, f of x is simply a. This is a degree 1, and this is degree 2. This is degree 0, right? So we have already seen this one, but say this is very simple. This one is very simple for us. Degree 1 and degree 0 are very simple. We do not have to do too much. We can easily understand. The complication starts, or the thing gets more interesting when we are talking about degree 2. And by chance, what we saw, that when we are talking about degree 2, we are able to understand more and more about degree 2. We can find the solutions. We can do many things up with degree 2. We can understand the graph with normal conditions. We can understand the graph with degree 2. Okay, so first thing is, let's give a name, because we are very good at giving name. We'll give it a name. The degree 2 polynomial, we'll call it as a quadratic polynomial. We are very good at giving names, so we'll call it as quadratic polynomial. Right now, quadratic polynomial expression. Okay, remember the chapter is quadratic equation. I've been talking about expression. So what is actually the expression means? When we are talking about polynomial, so we will simply write f of x. We will simply write f of x is equals to ax square plus bx plus c, where a should not be equals to 0. है ना? First condition, a should not be equal to 0. A, B, C belongs to real number. By this was the original condition. A is not equal to 0 and A, B, C belongs to real number. Then it will become a quadratic expression. Why expression? Because see, right now, if I'll put different values of x, why expression? Why expression? See, because if we substitute different values of x, we will get different values of y. We'll get different, or not different, we'll get some values of y, है ना? Some real values, we'll get some values of y, है ना? So that is what is known as expression. That means for different values of x, we'll have different values of y. Simplest polynomial expression which we all have seen and which we are very much familiar with, is a very simplest one, which is y is equals to x square. Sir, y is equals to x square is very easy. By y is equals to x square, if I'll draw, it will be simply like this, है ना? It will be simply like this. So this is f of x is equals to x square, है ना? Or y is equals to x square, right? So for different values of x, suppose I have to find for x is equals to 1. For x is equals to 1, I will draw a line here. So for x is equals to 1, suppose I have this is x is equals to 1, f of 1. So for x is equals to 1, what will be the f of 1? F of 1 will be simply 1. So we got this point as 1, 1. Okay, let's see for x is equals to 4. Suppose this is for x is equals to 4, right? So for x is equals to 4, we will have a point. Suppose if I'll draw for x is equals to 4, x is equals to 4. So this will be 4 square. So this will be 16. This is f of 4, right? So this point will become 4 comma f of 4, right? And we have for f of 4 is equals to 16, and so on. Similarly for minus, suppose minus 1 by 2. For minus 1 by 2, suppose if I have to find, suppose minus 1 by 2 is here, so it will give again a positive value, है ना? Because we know it's a x square. So this is for x is equals to minus 1 by 2. This is f of minus 1 by 2. So f of minus 1 by 2 will give us 1 by 4. So this point will become minus 1 by 2 comma 1 by 4, and so on. We can take infinite number of examples. That means for different values of x, that means for different values of x, yeah, so that means for different values of x, we are having different values of y, right? This is simply known as a expression. This is simply known as expression. That means there will be a particular curve. There will be a curve. Okay. Now, how does this expression, so first is, we have seen that general form of the expression is this. General form of the expression is ax square plus bx plus c. Okay. Now, first thing which we will try to do is, we will first find how this expression actually looks like. So if we have ax square, an expression like f of x is equals to ax square plus bx plus c, the expression is something like this. Now first we will look at how this expression looks like. First question is, how does it actually looks like? How it actually looks like, basically the appearance, the overall appearance. So we have already seen this, that we can convert this f of x into this function, this quadratic expression, into a perfect square. How can we convert into a perfect square? We can take a common. So this will become x square plus b by ax, right? Plus c. We can take a common from this. So this will become x square plus b by ax plus c. And then we can write this as a into x square plus b by ax plus b square by 4a square minus b square by 4a square plus c. If you remember this thing, because this is b by a, so we will add and subtract. This. So this will become a perfect square, that is x plus b by 2a whole square. This a will get multiplied, so this will become minus b square by 4a plus c. So this will simply become a into x plus b by 2a whole square. I will take minus common, so this will become minus b square minus 4ac by 4a, right? This is f of x. We can write in a fancy way. This is just a fancy way of representing. Remember, this is just a fancy way of representing, right? This is just a fancy way of representing. Okay, fine. Voice is too low. Now is it correct? Now is it okay? And now is it okay? Fine. Okay, so now we have seen that by this is just a fancy way of representing. Okay, now if we have found f of x, so now wherever f of x we can write f of x is equals to a into x plus b by 2a whole square minus b square minus 4ac by 4a, right? Now see, I will just copy this in the next page. I will just copy this to the next page. Okay, now see, this part already we have seen some before, but anyways I will explain this once again. So when I'm writing this, we know this is a constant. We know this part is a constant because b 4 ac is given, so this is a constant. Okay, so I can write this as f of x is equals to a into x plus b by 2a whole square plus k. This minus of something, I'm taking it as a constant, I'm writing it as k. Now I will forget about this k because it's a constant, it is not changing anything. So I will just forget about this k. Right now I will just simply forget about this k, that okay, I have taken one constant, so I will simply just forget. I will look at what this part is. I will concentrate on this. So I will concentrate on this part. This will actually help me in finding the graph. This will actually help me in knowing what the graph will look like. This will actually help me in knowing what the graph will look like. First thing, but this is a square, but this is a square, है ना? So this part will always be greater than equal to 0. This part inside, this part only, this part inside is not just a. This part inside will always, this whole thing, this whole square will always be greater than equals to a, right? So this whole thing will be dependent on the sign of a. So first thing what I will take, the first condition what I will take, let's a be greater than 0. First condition which I took was a is greater than 0. This is the case 1. This is case 1. I will explain why am I taking this case. So case 1 is a is greater than 0. First thing, case 1 is a is greater than 0. Now f of x is equals to a into something. This is x plus b by 2a whole square, right? Now see, when x is tending to infinity, that means when x is a very large number, when x is a very large number, है ना? So f of x will also be tending to infinity because both are in very large number, है ना? Both are very large number. Okay, now second is when suppose x is tending to minus infinity, when x is tending to minus infinity, by this part, or what I can do is I can just write, just wait for a second, I will write in a more clear way. So suppose if you have like this, okay, so I can write here a x, or I will write x a and x plus b by 2a whole square, and then a into x plus b by 2a whole square. Okay, so I will make columns. Fine. So let's see. So first thing is when x is tending to infinity. Fine. A is positive. I'm taking A is positive, so A is positive. Okay, this whole thing, when x is tending to infinity, this whole thing will always be positive because this is a positive value square, so this will also be positive. So A into x plus b by 2a, this whole thing will also be positive. This is positive into positive, right? So this is also positive. By this part everybody understood? This part everybody understood, right? है ना? So next is, when suppose x is equals to minus b by 2a, when x is equals to minus b by 2a, this is positive still. By a we have taken as positive. This part will become 0. This part will become 0 because x is minus b by 2a, so minus b by 2a plus b by 2a, this will become 0, right? This part will become what? Positive into 0, so this will still be 0, right? So that means when x is equals to minus b by 2a is 0. Next is, let's take when x is equals to minus infinity. Let's take x is equals to minus infinity. This part is still positive, right? Minus infinity, anything inside this will still, whatever value we'll keep, will still be positive because we have a square. So this will also be positive. Again, we will have positive into positive. So this whole thing is positive, right? So one thing we can know from this part, that if I will try to draw the rough graph, if I'll try to draw the rough graph of this, that means I can say that when x is tending to infinity, the graph is approaching infinity. Okay, when x is tending to minus infinity, the graph is approaching infinity. By x is minus infinity, infinity, x is infinity, infinity, है ना? So positive infinity, if you want to write positive infinity, है ना? But when the value of x is equals to minus b by 2a, right? What is the graph taking value? Minimum, that is 0. So that means the graph will be approximately something like this, right? That the graph is something approximately like this. So I will write form a better way. The graph is something like this, right? That means left side also it is approaching infinity, right side also it is approaching infinity. So that means whole thing is infinity. Understood? I hope this part is okay. I will draw it down a little downward so that you will be able to understand. Okay, so this is when x is approaching infinity, when x is approaching minus infinity, and x is equals to minus b by 2a. Okay. Right? This is minimum, that is 0. This is, right now I'm ignoring k, है ना? So I'm ignoring k, remember. So that is why I'm taking this as something. So suppose at 0 it will be 0. So because of this k, it will little shift upward or downward. And it can shift upward or downward, but we know the minimum value will be this. So the graph will look something like this. This is for the case 1. This is for the case 1. Okay, this is for the case 1. Okay. Now the next is okay, if you want to copy this, you can copy this. Okay, so you can copy from here. You can copy from this part. You can copy from this part. Just copy this. If there is any doubt, you can write. I will explain once again. You can copy this. If there is any doubt, you can just write. I will explain. Okay. Meanwhile, you copy. Jeffrey, that is what I'm saying. Na, case 1 is A is positive. Next, I will take A is negative. So just wait. Calm down, bacha. Calm down. Calm down. Calm down. नहीं not हाँ derivation, we will come to that. This is derivation of very interesting formula है ना? We have already done. अरे Kanish, wait बच्चे, I will explain what is the difference between expression. First you understand what is expression. Then we will discuss about equation है ना? First you just wait. Everything will come in a good time. First you copy this. Okay, just wait. I will explain everything. Just wait. Trust your maths teacher, please. Okay, just wait. I will explain all the doubts. Don't worry. Okay. Sir, will you tell us the test portion today or afterwards? Bache, I have told you again this test portion thing. Test portion will be only to find the roots, and sum and test portion will be till your roots, whatever we will have. I will explain you everything. Don't worry, bacha. Don't worry. And first you copy this. If you have copied this, then I will move on to the next one. I'll give you 1 minute. Just copy. finding the roots only till finding the roots, है ना? Sum of the roots, product of the roots, like that, है ना? Only there we will have in the exam, not after that. Okay, copied. Yes. Will you give PDF? Yes, bacha. After the class, I will give PDF. Next slide. Okay. Just don't worry. Be happy. Everything will be fine. Don't worry. Everything will be fine. I will teach you every part. I will not skip even a single concept. Not even a single concept. So don't worry. I'm taking every concept slowly so that everyone should be able to understand. Because I know in ninth and 8th class, in 10th class, our teacher might have not explained you in this depth. है ना? Because he do not know that we have to give PDF file. That is why, है ना? So I will give today's PDF file. Once I always have given you PDF file, so don't worry. Brighter colors, bache, these all are brighter colors. Which one do you don't want to use? Red one? Okay, I won't use red one that much. Okay, blue, yellow, and white is okay. है ना? Okay. Smiley face. Okay. Yeah, I have already taught this, but there were many students who came late, so that is why. है ना? Okay. So I will explain this positive and negative things once again. So suppose inside this, so suppose I'm taking x to be, minus of 10,000. है ना? So when I will substitute x is equals to minus of 10,000 here, this will become minus of 10,000, and suppose b by 2a is 5. Minus of 10,000 plus 5 is minus of 9995. Okay, so 10,000. Yeah. So now this square will become positive. So that is what I meant to say. When x is taking negative value, this inside will become negative, but overall this will become positive. You know, because there is a square. This square will make it positive. Understood? This square will make it positive, no matter what value you will take. And if you have a positive value, but if you have positive value, inside this part, if you have positive value, then square will automatically will be positive. There is no point of even thinking about it. Understood? Nahi bacha, not yesterday's, not yesterday. I do not have yesterday's PDF. Okay. Now I hope you understood. For negative infinity, also you are getting positive infinity. Yeah, you are getting. If you want to write it in terms of infinity, this is positive and tending to infinity. This is positive and tending to infinity. So this is positive infinity. So overall, the value will become plus infinity. If you want to write, so this will become plus infinity. This will become plus infinity. This will also be 10 to plus infinity. So on the right side increasing, on the left side also increasing. So this will be the approximate shape. We can say that it is upward facing. Okay, sorry, we can say that it is upward facing. Upward facing graph. Okay, fine. So this is just an explanation that okay, it will be upward facing. Case 2 we will take. Now we'll take case 2 when x is less than 0. Sorry, when a is less than 0. When a is less than 0. So let's see. Let's again make a few columns. So this is for a, this is for x, this is for that part, and this is for f of x. Okay, fine. So now we will take for a, we have for a, we'll have for x, we'll have for x minus x plus b by 2a whole square, and here we have a into x plus b by 2a whole square. Okay, just make this one. Yes. Okay. Everybody is drawn. Now see, if A is negative, so we can simply we can start filling the blanks. So suppose A is negative and X is approaching plus infinity. Okay. X is approaching plus infinity. So X plus B by 2A whole square. This will also approach plus infinity because this is a square. This will always be positive, right? If this is positive, if this is positive, then this part is A is negative and this is positive. So negative value into positive infinity, into positive infinity. So this thing whole will approach to minus of infinity, minus because A is negative. Understood? So when X is negative and X is approaching plus infinity, this is whole is approaching minus infinity. Okay. Let's say A is negative, we know. Suppose X is equals to minus B by 2A. X is minus B by 2A. So this will be equals to 0. So negative into 0. This will be equals to 0, right? So when X is minus B by 2A, this will become 0. Third case is when X is, when this is negative, we already know A. When X is approaching minus infinity. So this is minus infinity whole square. So this will become plus infinity. This is minus infinity whole square. So that means this will approach plus infinity. Again, negative value into plus infinity will approach to minus of infinity. That means we understood one thing, that even if X is positive or negative, even if X is approaching positive infinity or negative infinity, f of X on each extreme will approach to minus infinity. So if we'll try to draw the graph, so if we'll try to draw the approximate graph, suppose X is approaching infinity. If X is approaching infinity, this is approaching minus infinity. So somewhere here, if X is approaching minus infinity, this is approaching minus infinity somewhere here. And in between, X is minus B by 2A, X is equals to minus B by 2A, it is approaching 0. So maximum value will be in between and minimum. So that means the graph will be something like this. That means what kind of a graph this will be? This will be downward facing graph. I hope this one everybody understood. Okay, so let's copy this one also. Okay, just copy this one also, please. Sir, then the graph will also have positive infinity, right? Yes. Okay. Is it parabolic? Yeah, we will call it parabolic, but right now do not. It is a parabolic curve. It is a parabolic curve, downward facing parabola or upward facing parabola. We have given a separate name for it. It's a parabolic curve. Yes. So we can. You will also hear that downward facing. This is a parabolic path. Parabola. Downward facing parabola, and the previous one is this will a parabola, upward facing parabola. So this is upward facing parabola. Okay, just a special name given, that's it, nothing fancy. Okay. Sir, but in one case we had only X greater than 0, then why we are writing case 2 as A is greater than 0? What kind of question is that? Okay. Sir, when minus infinity has the value of plus infinity, then the graph will also be in plus infinity, right? Yeah. But the thing is, it is multiplied with a negative value. It is multiplied with a negative value. So that is why it will become minus. Suppose you have a very large value, 999999999. It's a very large value tending to infinity. Multiply with minus 1. So this will become minus 9999. So that means it will only turn to minus infinity. Understood? Fine. This part is tending to infinity, very large number, multiply with minus will make it a very small value. Understood? Fine. X greater than 0, then why are we writing the case 2 as it is greater than 0? Sir, when minus infinity has the value of plus infinity graph will, okay. Avasti, I think you are, I have answered your question. Devadarshan, sir, but in case 1, okay, in case 1, we had only X greater than 0. Nahi bacha, in X is here. X is infinity, so X is minus infinity. So X is less than 0. This is X less than 0. This is X greater than 0. This is X less than 0. So we have both the cases. Understood? Fine. But sir, in case 1, we had only X greater. Understood, Devdarshan? Your question also I have answered. Okay. Sir, I have a doubt in the case 1. When minus infinity gets plus infinity, then curve of the graph will also be plus infinity. On the right side, yes. That is what I have done. Na? On the right side, it is plus infinity. In case 1, sir, then both the graphs have to touch the x-axis. Sir, why both the graphs have not touched the x-axis? No, I'm saying this is not x-axis. Please mind it that this is not x-axis. I'm showing that on the right side, when it is approaching x is infinity, in x is minus b by 2 and x is infinity. So don't think that this is x is y x-axis. I'm saying when x is plus infinity, x is minus infinity. Do not think that this is x is equals to infinity. This is x-axis. I'm simply saying when x is equals to infinity, this is approaching plus infinity. When x is equals to minus infinity, this is approaching plus infinity. X is equals to minus b by 2, it is 0. Understood? Okay. Don't think that this was x-axis. This is just that, okay, x is equals to infinity. What is happening? X is equals to, है ना? So don't think that it is, this is x-axis, है ना? So I hope this part is okay. So if to summarize this, what we can say, we have two cases. A is greater than 0 and A is less than 0. For A greater than 0, we will have upward facing. Okay. This is upward facing. For A less than 0, we will have downward facing. A is upward facing. So I will write upward facing. Okay. And here we will have downward facing. Or downward facing parabola or upward facing parabola. Okay. Fine. By this part, everybody understood? है ना? Okay, one more thing. One of the student was asking why A, take case when A is equals to 0. One of the student was asking what will happen when the case A is equals to 0. Now tell me, can I take A is equals to 0? Can I take A is equals to 0 case? Anybody who thinks can I take? Yeah. Why we cannot take? Because it was the condition previously that A cannot be 0. It will not be a quadratic expression. It will become a linear expansion. Very good. Very good. So that is why A cannot take 0, because it cannot, because this is the first condition we took. Otherwise it will not be a quadratic. Okay. Yes. So first condition was okay. Now let's look at some some of these cases. So some of the students were saying that why it is not touching. So now in this also, in these two we can take some different cases. Suppose I am saying by x-axis can be here. That means it is not touching. One case. X-axis can be here. That means it is, or x-axis, if I'll keep on moving it upwards. First, second case is x-axis can be like this. That means it is just touching. Third case, x-axis can be like this. That means it is intersecting at 2 points. Similarly, for this case, x-axis can be here, not touching. X-axis can be here, just touching at 1 point, and x-axis can be here, that is touching at 2 points. Okay. By previously you were asking now why it is not intercepting with x-axis. So now this can be 3 different cases. For each one, A greater than 0, we can have 3 separate cases. This can be touching also. This can be touching at 1 point also, and this cannot be touching. Okay. So this we will see afterwards. Right now we look at only these. Now see, this part will become the minimum part, minimum value of fx. This will become the minimum value of fx, and this one will become this point will become the minimum value of the fx. This will become the minimum value of fx. This will become the maximum value of fx. Maximum value of fx. Right? Both, suppose this is point P and this is also point P. This point P collectively for both, I will call it as a vertex of parabola, or we can also call it as a vertex of the quadratic expression, quadratic expression. Okay, we'll call it as a vertex of the parabola or the vertex of the quadratic expression. This minimum or maximum point will always occur at x is equals to minus b by 2a. Okay, x is equals to minus b by 2a. If we'll see in the previous case, when a was greater than 0, this point we were getting at when x is equals to minus b by 2a. In this case also we were getting when x is equals to minus b by 2a. So we will get the minimum value of this this quadratic expression as minus b by 2a at x is equals to minus b by 2a, and the minimum value f of minus b by 2a will be minus d by 4a. This will be the, for x is equals to minus b by 2a, we will get x is f of x is f of minus b by 2a as minus d by 4a. So both p we can write as minus b by 2a comma minus d by 4a. This will also become minus b by 2a minus d by 4a. For different values of a, b, and c, you will get different values of the maximum or minimum. Okay, so d here is b square minus 4ac. D here is b square minus 4ac. So this thing I can write as, so this is the value of d. This is the d. This is d. So let's take f of, so if I'll take f of minus b by 2a, this will become 0. So this is 0 because minus b by 2a plus b by 2a will become 0, minus d by 4a. So this will be the minimum or maximum value depending on value of a. Okay, है ना? We'll call this as discriminant. We'll call this as d is equals to called as discriminant. Discriminant. Why we are calling this as discriminant? Only one reason, because we are very good at naming different stuff. That is the best part which we can do. So we are very good at naming the stuff. So we will name this also. We will name everything which comes across to us. We will try to name them. First thing which we do is we start naming things, so that we can call them by some name. So I have this part everybody is okay with. Is there any doubt till here? You can ask me. I hope till here every part is okay. I hope I have made everything clear. Very slowly I'm moving forward, so I hope I have made everything clear till now. By yes or no? Okay. So yeah. Okay, fine. So what I'm saying is that x is equals to minus b by 2a. At this point, we will get maximum or minimum. And what will be the value in the original function? If I substitute x is equals to minus b by 2a, so this will become x is equals to minus b by 2a plus b by 2a. So this will become equal to 0. So this whole thing will become 0. So the value will be minus of d by 4a. That's it. So this is the maximum minimum value depending on the value of a. It is upward, then it will be minimum. It is downward, then it is maximum. I hope this part is clear. Yes, very good. Now let's do one or two question based on this, on the same concept. Let's do one or two question based on this. So first thing is, let's see, f of x is given as 3x square plus 2x plus 5, 4x square plus 3x plus 6, 12x square plus, 12x square minus x plus 3, minus 3x square plus 4x plus 5, and minus 6x square plus 5. These all are f of x, different f of x, right? So first you have to find the value of, you have to find upward facing or downward facing, upward or downward, first thing. Okay, all of you make these three columns. Okay, upward facing or downward facing. Then you have to find the value of minus b by 2a and the maxima or minima. Okay, so you have to do these things. Upward, so I'm making here. So this is upward, up or down. Okay, minus b by 2a, find the value of minus b by 2a, and maximum value, maxima or minima. And then you have to find the value of maximum, value of maxima or minima. Okay, so I won't solve anything. I want you to find for the first one. You can give, we can give another name to D. You can write D as Kaushik Basu. You can give a name to Kaushik. You can write D as Kaushik Basu also. There is no problem. But then everybody will not know whether I'm calling that D Kaushik Basu or that what is the D. Understood? So first, let's see for the first one, upward or downward. Kaushik, did you understood? We can give name to D or any other, but just for everyone, because we want to keep constant everything else. So that is why we have given Kaushik, D as discriminant. Okay. So first one will be upward or okay. So that is okay. First one, upward facing or downward facing? First one, upward facing or downward facing? This one is upward facing. Second one, upward facing or downward facing? Second one is upward facing. Third one, upward facing or downward facing? Upward facing. Very good. Fourth one, upward facing or downward facing? Fourth one, upward facing or downward facing? Downward facing. Fifth one, upward facing or downward facing? Downward facing. Okay. So first one will have maxima or minima. First one will have maxima or minima. First one will have maxima or minima. The first one, this will have maxima or minima? Minimum value. Very good. Second one will have maximum or minimum? Second one will have maximum or minimum? Minimum. Very good. Third one will have maxima or minima? Minima. Very good. Fourth one will have maxima or minima? Fourth one, maxima or minima? Maxima. Excellent. Fifth one, maxima or minima? Maxima. Very good. Very good, bacho. Minus b by 2a. First one, let's find minus b by 2a for the first one. What is minus b? Minus b is minus 2 by 2 into 3. So first one, minus, this is b, so minus 2 by 2 into 3. So this is minus 1 by 3. First one is minus 1 by 3. Second one, minus of b is 3 by 2 into 4. 2 into 4. So this becomes minus 3 by 8. Third one, minus b. Minus of minus b is what? Minus 1. So minus of minus 1 by 2 into 12. So this becomes 1 by 24. Okay. This one, minus of 4. Minus b by 2a. 2 into minus 3. So this minus and minus gets cancelled. So this is 2 by 3. Last one, minus b. Minus of minus b is minus 6. Minus 6 by 2 into minus of 6. So this the minus 6 cancel, minus 1 by 2. Okay, all of these maximum minimum value, just check if you are getting it correct. Okay, I hope this one is correct for everyone. Everybody is getting same thing. Very good, very good. Now simply find the value of minus d by 4a for everyone. है ना? So remaining part we'll do tomorrow. We'll carry on from this one also. Minus, okay. So let's see. Minus of, for this one, minus of b by 2a. So minus what is b? B is minus 6. Minus 6. 2 into what is a? A is also minus 6. So minus 6 and minus 6 gets cancelled, but minus 1 by 2. Understood? So this is minus 1 by 2. Okay, minus 1 by 2. Okay, very good. I hope this part is fine for everyone. We will step forward from this point and we'll start finding the value of minus d by 4 in the next class. So now I will just share with you the PDF of today's class. Okay, just wait for a second, bacho. Okay, this was the first trigonometry class. I hope this class is clear to everyone. If you are not able to understand, why we are doing this, just wait for 1 or 2 classes more. I will explain why we are doing everything. Okay, fine. Very good, bacha. Very good. Yeah, I'm uploading the PDF also. Just wait. I've uploaded the PDF. Just wait for a minute. It will get uploaded. I said trigonometry. Oh, sorry. Trigonometry. Sorry. Trigonometry. Sorry. My bad, bacha. My bad. Trigonometry. It is my bad. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Just check this one also. Okay. So I hope this part, today's class is clear for everyone. Okay. I just want you to check it once again. Whatever we have done today, and it will become more clear. Okay. Chalo. Take care, everyone. Please study and please start solving the questions which we have solved today. Okay. Chalo. Thank you very much.